Hi everyone, welcome again to World Regional Geography, Geography 3 for summer 2018. I'm Jamie Rossiter, your instructor, who hopefully you just saw my face a second ago. I am available on office hours from Mondays to 12 to 1 p.m. Via Google Hangouts. And so this is a little snapshot of what Google Hangouts looks like. If you have a Gmail account, you already have a Google Hangout. The ability to watch Google Hangouts. If you don't have a Gmail account, that's fine. Anybody can use Google Hangouts. You just have to go to hangouts.google.com, which is, it says that right there at the top of that picture. And you just go there and you can log in using any email address. You can use your Saddleback email address, that's fine. You can find me at my email address. If you look for me, it'll be jrossiter0@saddleback.edu. You want to make sure that you have that 0 in there. There was another J. Rossiter who taught at Saddleback, who now teaches at Irvine Valley College. So I get the 0, but he was there first, so he doesn't get the 0. But you can find me on Google Hangouts, and you can talk to me there from 12 to 1. You can also email me, obviously, at any time. This is an online class. I'm pretty responsive with email. I will usually respond to you within 24 hours, often a lot sooner than that. I normally, however, do not respond to email on the weekends. So your modules are due on Sunday night, and if you have a problem at 11:30 on Sunday night, I am not going to respond to you on till Monday morning. That's fine. We will deal with it on Monday morning, but just be aware I'm not going to be on my emails on Sunday nights. What do I do? I'm an environmental geographer. A lot of my research is around conservation and marine protected areas. I've also done a lot of work with urban agriculture. So that's my background. So I do a mix of physical and cultural geography, which we'll talk about a little bit what that is. So a course description for this class, according to the Saddleback College catalog, this course is an introduction to the world's geographical regions and major countries with an emphasis on human cultural patterns and their evolution in diverse physical environments. So we are going to look at several maps in this class, but it's not all about maps. Basically, we have divided the world into regions, and these regions, depending on the textbook, they'll be divided up a little bit differently, but they're kind of groups of countries that have something in common, and we'll talk about what that is. And in each region, we will look at the physical landscape, kind of what does it look like? Is it mountainous? Is it flat? Is there deserts? And then we will look at a variety of other things in that region, everything from political systems to culture, religion, demographics. This is a broad survey course, and we cover an awful lot. Your required text for this class is Fundamentals of World Regional Geography, the 4th edition by Joseph Hobbs. It is important for you to have the 4th edition. You cannot use an older edition for this class. Things change in this world all the time. New countries are made. Political systems change. It's pretty important for you to have the latest textbook. If you are taking my physical class, I will allow you to use an older version, the previous version, because that stuff doesn't change as often. But in this World Regional class, you really need to have the most current textbook. I would also like to note right now that if you are taking my physical class, or you have taken my physical class in the past, there is a lot of overlap in the beginning. It's only in the beginning of the class, though, let me assure you. There are some concepts that I have to cover with both classes that are kind of this basic geographic knowledge, like how longitude and latitude works and a few other things, but it will diverge pretty quickly after that. So if you are taking both classes, I'm teaching both online right now, or you've taken physical in the past, you're going to be like, this is the same class. It is not the same class, I assure you. You're going to want to become very familiar with Canvas. Everything for this class is on Canvas. You've obviously found your way there right now if you're watching this presentation. This is my 2nd semester teaching with Canvas. I actually really like it compared to Blackboard. I think it has a lot of great things about it. If you are trying to open up something that I have posted and you're like, hey, the link to this video is not working, that is something that you should email me about. If you have general questions about Canvas, though, or having trouble submitting an assignment because you're getting an error, that I am not the person that you're going to want to contact for that. You're going to want to contact tech support on campus. You can, there's also some links to that available on the homepage of the course, but I am not the person to contact for those issues. This is an online course. You are responsible for submitting your assignments and seeing that they were submitted. I am not going to chase after you and say, hey, you were supposed to submit something this week. I don't see it there. If I don't see it there, you're going to get a 0. Saying to me later on, like, oh, I did this and I thought it went through, but it didn't. That doesn't work. Your responsibility as class is to make sure that your assignments have been submitted and that you can see that they have been submitted. So this is what kind of the homepage of the course looks like, and I'll actually go to the homepage of the course right now. I'm in the student view, which is why I have this little band on the top. It looks a little different than that last one that I showed you. But basically, here you are here. Hopefully you watched the Meet Your Professor watch first, and now you're watching Introduction to the Syllabus. So we have 8 modules. I'm recording this before the class goes live, so right now all of this stuff is grayed out. But when you get in here, Module 1 will not be grayed out. And you're going to complete this in order. You're going to want to click on each one of these items in order. So this week, we're going to talk about cheating and plagiarism. You're going to take a short plagiarism quiz that you can take up to 3 times to improve your score. And then we're going to do lecture for Chapter 1, Part 1. You have an exercise, which is a course introduction. Chapter 1, Part 2. This is a video you're going to watch about GPS, but basically you are going to want to go down through each one of these items. There are a lot of them. So again, don't fall behind. You've got 3 exercises to complete this week alone. There are map quizzes in this class as well. Basically, they're on the syllabus, on the schedule, telling you when they are going to be, but there are map quiz study guides here, which again are grayed out right now because the course hasn't gone live yet, giving you the locations and things that I want you to know for the map quiz. If it's a multiple choice map quiz, you won't have to type things in, but there's 4 of those. Also, you have 3 exams in this class. Your exam study guides are there. These will not be grayed out when you go in there either. You'll be able to see that it says will unlock at June 18th at 12 a.m. So before you take your exams, you're going to want to look at the exam study guides. And then we have our final paper. So you have to write a final paper that's about a country of your choosing, a paper profile. And in here is the instructions for the final paper, so you can read those already and start to think about that, and a little guide on how to find reliable sources. Let me go back into my PowerPoint. So each week consists of a single module. So modules become available at midnight on Sunday, and you have until midnight the following Sunday to complete it. And by midnight on Sunday, I mean, you know, when we click over into Monday morning. So they are due Sunday night. I do accept late work. Everything that's submitted, you lose 10% every day that it is late, and I do not accept work after it is 7 days late. The exception to that is the last day of the class, which is Sunday, August 12th. I cannot accept any work after August 12th. So that module is due on time or not at all. The coursework for this class, you have a plagiarism quiz, which I briefly discussed a second ago, which is worth 15 points. You have those 4 map quizzes. They're 20 points each for 80 points total. You have exercises. There are 13 of them. They are worth 10 points each for a total of 130 points. And again, I mentioned in the Meet Your Professor video that you watched that I deleted some of the exercises and changed some of how this course is laid out for it being a compressed class. So you're going to want to, when you listen to lectures, which were recorded for a semester-long class last semester, you're going to want to make sure that you follow what the syllabus is saying and going in the order of that module. I might say now you're going to proceed on to exercise 8, and you're like, actually, it says exercise 6 here. Go by the syllabus, not what I'm saying in lecture. You got 3 exams. Those are worth 100 points each. and then your final paper, which is worth 60 points. There's a final course survey in the last module, which is an anonymous survey that you get 15 points for completing, which just gives me feedback in the class so I can improve it in the future. And that gives you a total of 600 points that makes up your grade. Late assignments, again, full credit for late assignments will only be given in case of a documented illness or another valid documented reason. 10% will be deducted per day for lateness. After 1 week, assignments will not be accepted. Special accommodations, excuse me, that should say Canvas, not Blackboard. But basically, if you receive special accommodations, you need to let me know as soon as possible. I have the ability to give you extra time in Canvas if you receive accommodations for that. So, but I need that documentation this week. Cheating and plagiarism, I won't read this entire thing here, but if you cheat or plagiarize, you will receive a 0 for that assignment and be reported to the college. And ignorance cannot be accepted as an excuse, as you are going to read about plagiarism and take a plagiarism quiz in your first module. So this is our course schedule that is on the syllabus. Again, 8 weeks, 8 modules. So module 1 goes from June 18th, Monday, June 18th, through Sunday, June 24th. The topics we're going to cover this week, which is a lot in this first week. This is kind of all of that background material. You're going to complete 3 exercises, a plagiarism quiz. Ooh, excuse me, that needs to be deleted. You have no country journal in this class. I deleted it. I will change that. I got it out of the rest of them, but I missed that first one there. And these are the chapters that you should be reading along with in your book. So in the first week, we're covering chapters 1 to 3, which again is a lot of material. It's a lot of chapters. It's basically because it's all of this background information. And then each week we will cover a region, with the exception of Module 7, where we will cover Latin America and Oceania. Oceania I cover very, very briefly. It tells you here if you have an exam or a map quiz, the exercises that are due. And then your last module is just your exam, your final paper, and then that final survey. So you're not learning about a region and then taking an exam on it. Even anytime you take an exam, this exam, which is from chapters 5 through 7, covers the previous 3 modules, not sub-Saharan Africa. So you start off the module with your exam, and then you move on to the next region. Once again, welcome to the class. Good luck. Please email me if you have any questions.